Hello and welcome to Newsnight, the place to come for the latest stories where you are, as soon as they become available. From the prices of petrol to the world of UK film, got it all over here at Newsnight. First up on the agenda tonight, we'll be covering three-person parenting, and if it's accepted or not since given the all clear. We hand you over to Sean with this breaking news headline. Well, an interesting range of views there gathered from Sean. That's one question to keep people thinking, but here is another. Are the petrol prices here to stay, or is this just a low price spell? Our reporter Max has the latest.
Hello, I'm Max, calling live from Chelsea today. I'm here at Esso, located down Princes Road. We're here to talk about the plummeting prices in petrol and if they're actually here to stay. We've actually asked a few members of the public to see what their opinion is and if they are benefiting from this. Do you think the prices are here to stay, or do you think they're going to start increasing again soon?
You just know as soon as they go down, they're just going to shoot back up again. It's one of them things. It's same as anything, the government control it. So
yeah.
I think they'll start going up again.
I think the prices will stay quite low with the economy getting better in this country now. I reckon they'll stay quite low actually.
But I have a feeling they won't. I have a feeling they'll go back to how they were. But I hope they do stay, because obviously.
What makes you think they're actually going to go back up?
I don't know. I mean, already I can see them starting to creep up a little bit, and I'm just thinking, right, they're not going to stay there, are they? They're going to go. But I don't know. I mean, there's nothing, we can't be certain because they never really make up their mind.
So obviously, like you said, you've seen them slowly creep back up. Do you think you might start slowly seeing them creep back down, or?
I really hope so. I mean, I think it's all to do with competitors. If one goes down, the other goes down. So it's all to do with what kind of choices each petrol station makes, I think.
Despite the recent upturn, the price in petrol has almost slumped by 50%. With the US fuel company Shell and Libyan oil returning to the market, it had now increased resupply. With the US dollar making oil more expensive, which is pushing the demand even lower, which actually creates the perfect recipe for plummeting oil prices. What happened next is harder to predict due to shale only on the rise to economical circumstances. We can at least say that the prices are here for a little longer. We tried speaking to one of the fuel correspondents, but they were unwilling to comment any further information at this moment in time. But we have managed to speak to a local representative whom commented that the low prices may be here for some time, but they are almost certain to increase with the unstable economy at this moment in time.
Get you hoping these lower prices are here to stay, right? Now we move on to the next headline of tonight's biggest stories, and by that we mean all things VFest. Yes, that's right, that time of year once again where many of not just the UK's but the whole world's most talented musical artists come together at Highlands Park for the famous Virgin Media Festival. Pete, our Chelmsford correspondent, has the latest.
I'm here at Highlands Park and the surrounding area to find out why people keep going back to V Festival.
Yes, for the whole experience. The whole experience of it looks great. I mean, it's pretty local to where I live, so you haven't got to travel far. The whole camping experience.
It's kind of like a trend. Like, obviously, you hear about people going and then you want to go yourself, like, to experience it.
It's the Virgin Festival. Everybody knows Virgin Media. It's very well advertised, well established.
I have been to V Festival, yes. I went to the 1997, 98, 99 and I think the 2000. Well, the first festivals I thought were really brilliant. I saw some really good bands there. Foo Fighters were really excellent. Muse were good. I also saw Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they were utterly brilliant. So yeah, I mean the bands have been fantastic. I don't think they're as good these days, but then, you know, tastes change, don't they? So I guess different crowds go. It's become quite a fashionable thing, isn't it, to go to the festivals? It's a very, very different thing to when I was younger, when I used to go to festivals. It was very much everybody kind of, well, it's much more sort of flower power type thing, you know, and everybody kind of loving each other and having a good experience. And I think today it's far more commercial. It's all about big money, huge ticket prices, lots of rubbish everywhere. You know, I mean, that is one of the features of V particularly. And afterwards, after the festival, just a sea of abandoned tents. It kind of like doesn't work for me. It speaks of consumerism gone mad, and that's not what festivals were all about. Originally, it was about rejecting that kind of world and that kind of philosophy, but it just seems to have a complete reverse now. So. That I was involved in was obviously a far smaller one. It was much more of a folky. There was a bit of rock as well, and an arts festival. And it was run at Rain Trade Station, which is an abandoned railway station, and it has a little cafe there. So it was very much a small scale, 500 people or so thing. But it was very enjoyable, very proud to be part of it.
It's clear what views people have on V Festival and why they go back year after year. Don't forget the festival is on the weekend of the 22nd of August. I've been Peter Bowditch, back to the studio.
Am I looking forward to getting my V Festival ticket this year? Watching that has made me wish it was now. More from that story as it draws nearer. Now we bring you a news night exclusive. The word is film. Also referred to as movies. They are produced from all corners of the globe, but tonight we focus on Britain's independent movement within the world of modern film. This News Night exclusive is brought to you by our movie man John Allen. An interesting subject brought to light there by John. More from that story in the near future, we hope. We wrap up tonight's big hitters with the latest from our sports department. Jack brings us the fresh info on one of the most talked about sports in the UK at the moment. And that is, of course, the rising popularity of NFL.